Ahum, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to elevate your spiritual and physical and emotional and mental frequencies and vibration. We're going to take the law of relativity, it's a universal law. Everybody knows where it came from. Everybody went to school, they all learned about all of this. And we're going to put this in the metaphysical aspect of what may be going on with some of us. And I'm putting myself in there because I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm judging anyone because I do it all the time as well. And I get slammed by that particular law. The the universal law of relativity. It's a law that tells us that everything, I'm reading this, everything in our physical world is made real by its relationship to something else. There is a growing number of spiritualists and shamans and people, other people, regular people. I mean, we're regular people, but people that are not in the spiritual arena, but actors, actresses, especially people that want to make it, but they have this concept in their mind that either they've grown with it, they've learned it from somebody else. Sorry. They've learned it from somebody else. They've put it in their daily lives. Let's take something simple. Let's go to the spiritualist who does work without requesting some kind of compensation, energetic compensation, but not only energetic, something as simple as asking for recommendation, a testimony. That's energy that the person that is going to recommend you is going to use to recommend you. I mean, we'll go as far as getting paid. You do something for free, and the laws of relativity, the universal laws of relativity, are going to see that and say, well, she doesn't need money. If you don't ask, you don't get. Whether it's donations, whatever it is, ask. If the person can't give, then ask for a recommendation, a testimony. Because what will happen is the energy around you will, in fact, relate or make a relationship to that mindset, to that sequence that happened. And it will come back because it feels that this is what you want. Let's take an actor. They get presented with a role that the actor feels is beneath them. When you turn something down, the universe then gets that information, that physical reality, narrative that you brought into your life, that decision, that choice, and it interprets it as, oh, she doesn't need it. So there goes the actor or the actress or the singer or the songwriter, because the universe and the energies around you, which, by the way, are intelligent energy, and their job is not to judge, but to make things happen. Oh, she doesn't need the money, so we don't have to work about that. Oh, she doesn't need um, roles, because it doesn't know specifics. It just knows, hey, you got a role. Isn't this what you wanted? Oh, you don't want it. Okay, so I'm not sending you anything more. Get it? Now you're putting things together. All right, let's talk about relationships. Here comes a relationship. Oh, I want this, and I want a guy, and I want this, or I want a girl, and I want this, and I want this, and no, 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 not interested. You're giving mixed signals to the intelligent energy around you, whose main job is, number one, to protect you, but number two, to grant you your desires. But where is your mind? Where is your mind? What are you doing? What are you pushing away because of pride? Because you yourself are confused? Because you have never been taught that these things exist. So when I hear a therapist, and I'm talking about therapists, a spiritual therapist, that comes and says, well, I'm not making any money. What are you doing? What have you been doing? You need to set those energies straight. And it doesn't mean I want to make money doing my spiritual work. That doesn't work. It's through your physical actions, your physical world. What you're doing in your physical world will let those energies know what it is that you want and you are expecting. Yes, there are people out there that can't afford a reading, but they can afford writing a nice message about what you did for them. You don't want the glory. You don't want people to know, oh, she did it for free, because then everybody's going to come and they can't afford it. But they need to give something back energetically. That's why, I mean, there was a time when my mom, and you can read it in my book, there was a time when my mom had so many bananas and fruit and everything, because she would open up Fridays to heal people, to actually channel healing and heal people. And we had so much fruit that we would give some away to those that didn't have, that weren't that lucky, right? Because people weren't able to pay her in money. And she understood they couldn't pay her with money. So what they would do was they would bring bananas. I'm like, oh my God, we have so many bananas. We have so many apples. Tangerines, I'll never forget that. Her favorite was this brown fruit. Wasn't a kiwi, it was a brown fruit. They used to call it sapote. I don't know what it is in English, because I mean, I should look for it. One day I'll look for it. But that's what she would do. And people would come, and people then would talk about her healing to other people, and more people would come. And then people that were able to donate, because that's what she would do. She would just ask them, you can donate, or you can bring me flowers for my saint and for my spirit guides. Yeah, we had lots of flowers. It smelled like a flower. Some days Some weekends it would smell like a flower shop inside our house. I'm like, do I have to keep sleeping in this? But my mom was very much like that. But that goes with the laws of relativity. And everything in her physical world was made real by these relationships. So every time she would get, let's say, and it wasn't like 5 bananas. It was those long uh branches of thousands of bananas. To me, they look like thousands of bananas. I was this small and those things were that big. Um, and she learned, oh, thank you very, very much, she would say. And she knew she didn't have to worry about food for us. And that's basically all she asked the energies for that we would be able not to have to worry about food. Yeah, absolutely. So is it real? Yeah, it is real. It is real. It also tells you, which, you know, when you live in a world where it does have universal laws, and you know that everything is relative, everything is about being relative to something else, and that you cannot ascribe meaning to something else until you compare it to that of what it is you want, then these things are just not going to work. So for the actor, for the actress, for the thing, for the shaman, for the person listening to this, if someone comes and brings you something that they feel you need, don't tell them no. I'm talking about physical things that you know could help somebody. Okay, right now it doesn't help you. Don't say no, because then other things stop flowing to you to get you. And then what stops is that which you were waiting for, that you've been desiring, stops. So people will bring you gifts and things that you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But you find something to do with it. Say thank you. Tell the universe how lucky you are. Feel lucky. Feel real. It's the same thing with human interaction. I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. And it doesn't come. Then you need to sit back and you need to say, what am I rejecting that the universe is bringing to me that is relative to me getting my boyfriend or husband or whatever? What am I doing? What am I rejecting? What am I not seeing? What am I not paying attention to that is cutting through that energy to finally, for me, to finally get to what I am desiring? It is that easy. It truly, truly, truly is that easy. And if I need to sum it up in just a few words, you need to start being more thankful for the things that you have, the things that you're being presented. Because then more comes with that law of relativity. There are many other laws that I'm going to start bringing up, but that one in particular, I need you guys to understand, because as an actress, as an actor, as a singer, as a writer, writer's block, writer's block, writer's block. It is a direct, right? A direct um, circumstance of something you are blocking, right? That has to do with communication, has to do, well, check your integrity, check your truth, check your intention, and your writer's block will be removed. Thank you for joining me for the 15 minutes. Actually, it's like 17 minutes, 20 minutes of, I guess, mentorship, Mary's mentorship. I don't know. What should we call this? Um, and I hope that I keep wanting to stretch the shirt because it looks wrinkled. It is the kind of, it's a wrinkly shirt. I can't. Anyway, it looks wrinkled, but it's the fabric. Have you guys felt like that? That's a fabric that is like those little wrinkly fabrics, and you keep, I mean, I even, don't worry about it. Have a beautiful day. And a home to you and yours. Be good. You deserve it.